Hello, my name is Adam Linder, and I work on the BigFix team at HCL. Welcome to the second video in our ActionScript 101 video series. Before we get started, if you scan the QR code at the bottom left of the screen, you'll be able to connect with me on LinkedIn. Over the course of this video series, we'll be taking a look at the building blocks of a BigFix fixlet. By the end of the series, you'll have the tools you need to create basic custom content in BigFix, as well as some pointers to more advanced methods. In the last video, we looked at basic commands: prefetch, extract, wait and run, copy and move, delete, and folder create and folder delete. We also built a fixlet that could download a picture and move it to a location we specify on a computer. In this video, we'll be adding a few new tools to our toolbox, using override wait to run a command in the current user context, and using create file to create a text file on demand in our fixlet. I'll also talk a little about append file here because it's similar to create file, even though we won't use it until the third and final video in the series. There are several modifications we can make to a standard wait command. For our need, we're going to use the run as keyword to specify that we want to run as the current user. This keyword is very powerful and can even be used to run in a particular Active Directory user's context. The other keyword we'll be using is hidden equals true. This is the equivalent of using wait hidden to ensure that no UI is shown during the command's execution. We'll also use create file until to create a short script. Create file, especially when used in combination with relevance substitution, allows you to write extensible and dynamic fixlets. We'll get into relevance substitution in the next video. When using create file, you say create file until, and then some delimiter that will let the parser know you're back to writing ActionScript. I like to use all caps EOF. It then creates a file called __create file in the fixlet's working directory. From there, you have to rename or copy it to another file in order to use it. Append file is similar to create file, except that you add one line of text each time you invoke it. Append file is useful for creating logs over the course of a fixlet. Those are all the tools we'll need to actually set my desktop background to the picture we downloaded in the first video. Let's do it. At the end of the last video, we had successfully downloaded a picture of my cat Willow. Now let's actually set it as my desktop background. Your mantra for building BigFix custom content should be figure out how to do it on the command line, then figure out how to do it in BigFix. To save some time, I've already taken care of that first part. We need to set a registry value under HKeyCurrentUser to point to the wallpaper file. Then we need to use rundll32.exe to run a command in order to actually get it to display. Modifying the current user registry hive is a topic that comes up very frequently in the forums. BigFix runs as local system on Windows, so if you were to just run this line here, it would run it in that context rather than in the context of the current user. That's not what we want. In order to modify it for the currently logged on user, we have to override the wait command to give it that user's context. Next, I found in my testing that the rundll32 command to update system parameters sometimes needed to be run a few times before it would actually refresh the desktop background. It would be possible, but not really a great solution, to put wait rundll32 a bunch of times to make sure that it got done. Instead, I've decided to use a create file to make a simple batch script that loops it. 250 times may be a little excessive, but I want to make sure I see this cat picture. Before every create file command, I do a little bit of house cleaning, adding delete commands. The first deletes the __ create file if it already exists. The second attempts to delete a file that the path will eventually save the script to. In most cases, those files won't exist, but trust me, when you've spent hours troubleshooting Fixlet and it fails because you didn't do this, you'll never forget again. Next, it's time to create our script. As a force of habit, I usually use capital EOF to signify my create file block is over. You can use whatever you want as long as it isn't going to show up in the actual text of the command. From here, I put in the contents of the little batch script that I wrote and put EOF at the end. Next, I copy the file to c/temp/refresh.bat. We're going to have to run this script in our logged on user context, which is why I moved it out of the working directory. My logged in user won't have permission to that folder, but it will to c/temp. Finally, we override wait again, running as the current user. There's also a keyword here for hidden equals true. This is the equivalent of using wait hidden. I do this because the script, as I wrote it, pops up a bunch of stuff in a CMD window. I know I could turn echo off, but I'm trying to teach you about BigFix, remember? So those are all the pieces we should need. Let's give it a shot. So we took the action. Let's get our log pulled up over here. See it become relevant to the action. Start running it. And just like that, we have a very cute cat as our desktop background. In the next video, we'll look at expanding our Fixlet so my other cat doesn't feel left out. That's the second video of our ActionScript 101 series. In the next video, we'll learn the tools we need to complete our Fixlet, including flow control, relevance substitution, and parameters. This slide has links to additional support resources. Thanks for watching.